Good morning, everybody. Matt Modi here with OddsJam. And in this video, the NBA is finally back. Finally, the NBA is back. So we have some NBA best bets to hammer for tomorrow when I'm recording this on Wednesday. For tomorrow, Thursday, February 23rd. So hopped on the OddsJam positive expected value page, filtered specifically for the NBA, and identified 4 bets from the positive EV page that I like a lot, that I already locked in myself, that we can chat about. So, play number 1. Let's just get right into it. We are looking at the Memphis Grizzlies money line against the Philadelphia 76ers. So this play is at plus 160 odds at bet365. So Memphis Grizzlies money line plus 160 at bet365. So I locked this one in, as you can see right here. Put 3/4 of a unit on this bad boy, so put $75 on this one, which is 3/4 of a unit for me, and we can chat about it. So number 1, the reason why this play is showing up on the positive EV page in general, everything is derived from these no vig odds that you see right here. So if you are on the OddsJam positive EV page, and you just look every single play here, right? We see a column for no vig odds, right? We see every single play has a column for the no vig odds. And I will say, I'm not going to go too much into a deep dive on everything behind positive expected value betting. There are plenty of videos on the OddsJam YouTube channel that details why positive EV betting is so valuable. In this video, I'm just going to kind of give you the highlights, the high level overview of positive EV betting. And if you want to deep dive, I just recommend checking out the videos on the OddsJam the OddsJam YouTube channel. I'm on the positive EV page. So for this play specifically, we are looking at Memphis Grizzlies money line plus 160, right? The no vig odds that we see here in this column are plus 157. So all you need to know in terms of why positive EV betting is so profitable is that these no vig, or these odds that you see in the no vig odds, they're pulled from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world. The sportsbooks that consistently do the best job at pricing odds. That is what feeds into these no vig odds that you see here. So if you think about it, you can view the odds here as the true line, the true representation of what a market should be priced at, because the odds are pulled from the sharpest sportsbooks in the world. So on average, these are going to be the most accurate reflection of this market. In this case, the money line odds for Sixers versus Grizzlies. So if we can get better odds, and better odds just means higher payout, like, right, better for us, that is going to be profitable in the long run. Say, hey, the true line of this should really be priced at plus 157. We are getting 3 cents better at plus 160. That's profitability right there. But that doesn't mean that I just blindly hammer every single bet on the positive EV page. There's additional research that I do that I recommend everybody who is watching this that is positive expected value betting. I recommend you do this as well. And the additional research, people hear that and they think like, oh, you look into the matchups and you look at like projections and stuff. No, I actually mean, if you just click anywhere that it's highlighted blue, right? Like you just click, it pulls up odds from every major sportsbook and where they price a play to be, right? Like here's this market, not a play that we're taking, but here's where everybody has this play priced. So what you want to do is compare the odds of the bet you're placing to the rest of the sportsbooks with an emphasis on the sharper sportsbooks. In this case, Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. They price this at plus 148. That's 12 cents lower than the Bet365 line. And then if you look at the majority of the sportsbooks as well, there are a couple that are close at plus 155, like WinBet, Ballybet, Play Maverick, Caesars at plus 152, Betfred at plus 155. But the majority of sportsbooks are 10 to 12, and in some cases 18 cents lower. And for a market as tight as a moneyline market, those little gaps between the sportsbooks are incredibly valuable, right? The more action a market gets, the tighter the lines become, the more meaningful the gaps between them become as well. So this Grizzlies one plus 160 is really good. Play number 1 that I really like. Play number 2, we're looking at Darius Garland to go under 22.5 points. So this is at minus 105 odds at BetRivers. You can also get it on Barstool, Unibet, and TwinSpires. I locked in this one, as you can see right here. Darius Garland under 22.5 points, minus 105 odds at Bet Rivers. In this case, I locked it in on Barstool. But if you look at the play, number one, the profitability, OddsJam perfect line, pricing this at minus 106. But more importantly, just compare the minus 105 to every other sportsbook, right? Pinnacle at minus 124, Bet Online at minus 122. Like the closest one is FanDuel, and that's 13 cents higher at minus 118, right? And then we have like minus 120, minus 120, minus 125. Regardless, no book has this below minus 118, and Bet Rivers is offering it at minus 105. So that is another example of a pretty good outlier compared to every other sportsbook and where they're pricing this play at. And that's what you want to do when you're positive expected value betting. You want to identify outliers and take advantage of them. So if there are plays that I don't lock in, like a couple here that I don't lock in, it's because I didn't deem it as good enough outlier to the majority of sportsbooks. So I decided that I wanted to move on and place the best of the best. Now, in sports betting, there's no such thing as a lock. A play could look incredible. The value on it is amazing, and it could still lose because sports are unpredictable. That's just the nature of sports and the nature of sports betting. But if you can consistently identify outliers, profitable bets, then it will work out in the long run. You'll have to deal with some down days, which is what I'm currently in the middle of February. I'm still up for the month, but it's just been hit or miss February for me. Really good days, really bad days. That's just how it goes. That's just the nature of it. But like I said, if you stick with positive expected value betting and you make sure that you do the work to make sure that the bets that you're placing are outliers, then I'm confident it will work out in the long run. So the next play that we're locking in here is Grizzlies plus 4.5. So yes, I am taking the Grizzlies money line and the Grizzlies plus 4.5. I understand people might be a little bit risk averse and want to avoid that. My logic is if it's positive EV, it's positive EV. And if it looks good, then it should be hit. And if this one individual day, if the Sixers win by 5 or more tomorrow, then I'll lose both of these bets. But more often than not, it's kind of the same thing with positive expected value betting in general. The higher the volume, the more plays, the more it will work out in your favor. So the opposite is also true. The Grizzlies win straight up, I win both of these bets and I'm having a great day. And that will happen more often than not. So I'm willing to risk the days where it doesn't work out because I know that it will be profitable in the long run. So that is why I'm taking advantage of both Grizzlies money line and Grizzlies spread for this game. Plus 4.5, minus 110 at Fox Bet. For spread plays, for totals, one thing that I like to do is if you click event page, you open it up in a new tab, pulls up where every sportsbook prices not only the play itself, but like the spread, right? We can see where sportsbooks price the main line of the spread. And we are getting it at plus 4.5 at minus 110 odds, right? On Fox Bet right here. Some sportsbooks have it at 4.5. Majority of them have it at 4. Majority of sportsbooks have it at 4, including sharp sportsbooks like Bet Online and Pinnacle. And Pinnacle actually still favors the Grizzlies at plus 4, right? They have the plus 4 at minus 108. The other side of it, the minus 4 at minus 102. They're favoring the Grizzlies at plus 4, which is still a half point lower than what we got it at. And for those of you that have been screwed by the hook when betting in sports, that 4.5 to 4, everybody knows how important even that half point is. For one individual bet, it might not make a big enough difference, but same thing over a large sample size, it can make a huge difference, right? If you just want to think real quick about minus 110 odds, that's like a 52.5% win percentage, essentially to break even. So if you win half your bets at minus 110 odds, you are losing money. If you win even 5% more, 55% of your bets at minus 110 odds, you are profiting. You average that out over a long period of time, over 500,000 bets. And it's literally the difference between winning thousands and losing thousands of dollars in one small way to increase that win percentage from 50 to 55%. Are examples like this. For every 100 games, maybe the Grizzlies lose by exactly 4. If that happens, this bet pushes, but our bet wins. And that'll work out. And again, another thing in our favor more often than not. So I locked this one in, Grizzlies plus 4. As you can see right here, I would have liked to put a full unit on it, which to me would be $110 to win 100, but they only let me get 82.42. But for those of you at home, 1 unit on this play. And then the last one that we're locking in is an alternate line, Dallas Mavericks minus 11.5, minus 130 odds at Bet Rivers. Looking at the other sports books, BetMGM is close at minus 140, but every other book minus 150, minus 155, minus 159, minus 154. So we are getting a pretty good price on this bet at minus 137. So I locked it in. I risked to win a unit because I was able to do that here. So risked $137 to profit 100 as my fourth and final play for this video. And that's it. So appreciate everybody watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on social media at my Twitter handle you see on the screen here. It's been on the screen here, Jedi Modai. And that's it. So appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.